Good afternoon, friends. Good afternoon, friends, family, and all sponsors. Today I'm here to talk on behalf of Cymonchildcareminitres upon the ongoing project, the farming. The project as we agreed upon it. The project name shall be Cymonchildcare Farming Project, and it's the first project we are doing. It's the first project we are going to do. And this project is basically to provide food. The farming is basically for food, not cash, food. And we agreed that we shall do rice farming. The mission of the project is to ensure self-reliance among the needy and orphans of Kibuku community. In Kibuku as a community, and basically the children of Cymonchildcareminitres, they do depend on your support. They basically depend on the support you send. So this is what we want to end. We want the children and us who take care of them to be able to provide for them. We want them to be self-reliant, to care for themselves, in that they can have life without you people. That's why we got this idea of going into farming, to provide for them, other than sending support and then we buy food. So farming is better here. We shall be able to execute this, basically me, with the knowledge I acquired in Apache. When I went to Apache for training, I was trained. I went through various farming methods, how to do projects, farming projects. So I'm going to use this knowledge to execute the project with the help of a team of around 5 people, all volunteers. They are all going to be doing work for free. They are volunteering on behalf of the children. That is Pastor Were Jackson is one of them. We shall also have Gomel. Yeah, he has good experience in doing rice. He has been carrying out rice farming for money, so he has enough knowledge about it. Yeah, so he'll be in position to help us. We shall also employ 2 people, and that is Sister Mary and Judith here. They will help us to do the farming and monitoring the project. Me myself, I also monitor the project as well as do fundraising for the project. We decided that we do rice farming, and this is because Kibuku as an area is very dry. So few farming crops can survive due to dryness. Kibuku is very dry. So we decided to go for rice farming. This is because rice will be done in a swampy area, and we have so many swamps in Kibuku. Ola, you're welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. Okay. So we decided to do rice. Kibuku is very dry. Most of the time, rain is very limited in Kibuku. However, there are so many swampy areas, and rice do survive in those areas, swampy areas. So we decided to do rice farming because there is enough swampy areas for the rice to survive.
According to the plan I laid out, the rice farming is going to be carried out on a space of 2 hectares of land. With these 2 acres of land, we shall be in position to produce a minimum of 2,400 kilograms of rice. So if we assume that the children eat or consume 6 kilograms every day, this rice will be enough for the rest of the year, to be enough to sustain the children for the rest of the year. My plan is for the project to start in February, that is next year. And rice takes around 4 months to be ready. So if we start in Feb, that is Feb, March, April, May, June, we shall be harvesting. By June, rice will be ready. So we shall be harvesting by June if we start in Feb. After harvesting, we shall reserve. We are going to reserve seeds for the next season. Every year we are going to be planting once. There are normally 2 seasons a year, but we shall be planting once. So if we do farming in Feb, we shall reserve seeds for the next season. That is for the next year, we shall be planting again. That means we won't again buy seeds. That is saving. So that is what I'm talking about. So after producing a minimum of 2,400 kilograms, we shall reserve a minimum of 100 kilograms to be used as seeds for the next season, of planting. So that is the self-sufficient I'm talking about. That way, we shall be in position to manage everything ourselves without being dependent. That means next season, we won't buy seeds. There won't be need for money for the seeds. We shall just use the reserved seeds to do the plantation. So that is how saving it is, or it will be for us. And secure. Actually, it's a good food security if we do this program of farming. It is a good food security, because that way we are sure what we are going to eat today, what we shall eat tomorrow, and the next day, other than depending on money donated for food every month, because you're not sure how much you're going to receive or how much you're going to get this month or the next month. So there is no assurance. In this system of carrying out farming for ourselves here, we shall be in position to be assured that we have food. So that's the good thing about it, being self-dependent. Then, in case of need of change of food, because the children can't feed on rice today, tomorrow, every day. So in case we need to do some change in food, we shall use barter trade, the traditional way of exchanging goods before money came in. We are not going to go into using money straight away. We won't sell this rice for money. No. So we shall use barter trade, exchanging a good for good. You have rice, you give in rice, they give you maize flour. You have rice, you want green banana, you give in some of your rice, they give you green banana. So we are planning to use that. If the need comes in that we have to change food for these children, we shall use barter trade. We give in rice, they give us green banana. For example, we might decide that in a week we are going to change food 3 times for the children. Maybe on Thursday, for example, Saturday and Sunday. So we shall give in rice, some rice, then they give us the other food, be it green banana, be it maize flour, such that they can change, the children can change food. But we won't sell rice to get money to buy maize flour, for example. No, we don't want to evolve money into this. We shall be using barter trade. We give in rice, they give us maize flour. We give in rice, they give us green banana. So that's how we shall do it. And for that, because we can't, for the sake of source on food. For the case of source on food, we shall also plant vegetables and eggplant, which will be used for source. For example, Sundays we shall have meat or fish, which we shall also acquire through barter trade. We give in rice, they give us meat. We give in rice, they give us fish. And this is why we decided to go for rice. Because here in Kibuku, rice is a cash crop. It's both a food crop and a cash crop. So many people here produce rice for cash. Actually, in Uganda, Kibuku here, it is one of the most area where rice is produced for cash. Kibuku is in eastern Uganda. It's where most of the rice that sustain Uganda comes from. So we are going to grow vegetables. Children need these vegetables. That is, we call them nakati here. There is nakati, dodo, for example. So we shall grow vegetables. We shall grow also eggplants. Vegetables and eggplants. Basically, those are the two we shall have as source for food. Soup. We shall have eggplants and vegetables. We are going to grow those ourselves. However, in case we need to change source for the children, for example, on Sundays, we shall go, we give in rice, they give us meat. You give in rice, they give you meat. You give in rice, they give you fish. We exchange such that you can change source for the children. Vegetables, they go through also nursery bed and the eggplant. So we shall grow them. We've planned for that already. We've planned for the nursery bed, is well budgeted for, both for the vegetables and the eggplant. Actually, also rice, we are going to first put it into a nursery bed. Then we transfer it to the main garden. So that's what we shall do. We shall use the nursery bed first, then transfer to the main garden. We know how to do it, everything. We shall fertilize the land and all the things. As I've said, I'm not alone in this project. We are a team of 5 people. There is Pastor Wele Jackson. He's going to help in rice, in handling the project, to see that everything is handled very well. All the groundwork, it will be Pastor Wele Jackson to handle it. And there is also a brother of ours in our church, Gomel. He has enough experience in rice growing, so he will help us with field work. He knows when to transfer, what to do with the plantation, how to do it better to come out good, because he has been carrying out rice farming for so long time, for a period of I think now 5 years. He knows very well how to carry out rice growing. So we shall use his knowledge. He will help us in this farming. Since this is our first project, we need his experience to take us through this farming method. And it's so good that all these people are doing volunteer work, including me myself. It's volunteer work. Nobody is going to be paid for. It is basically volunteering. They are volunteering basically. So we shall have a sister of ours, Sister Judith and Miriam. They will also help with the farm supervision. They will do farm supervision. Sister Miriam and Judith, they will help us with that. You know, every work requires a lady. There's a way ladies coordinate things. So we need ladies here. And since it involves kids, children, so it's better we put on board ladies. So Sister Judith and Miriam, they will help us with supervision to see that everything goes well hand in hand. Up to the level of harvesting, they will handle everything. Um, we believe the project will provide us with food security for a period of 1 year, and in the future we shall extend the project more bigger with a view of also producing rice for cash purposes. This will help us raise enough money for education and medical care as well. This is what I was talking about. We've started with food, producing for food. So this production is going to be basically about food. We are producing for food. However, in future, after acquiring enough knowledge about rice growing, we are going to expand. This first project of ours is going to be carried out on a land of 2 acres. In the future, we might expand to 5 acres and beyond. That's where we shall be targeting, carry out the project for both food and cash. So, with the money we shall get from producing in the future, from producing for food, we shall use that money for medical care, education of the children. So this is the self-dependence I'm talking about. We reduce a burden on sponsors to provide education, to provide medical care. This is the self-sufficient I'm talking about. We rely on ourselves. We manage the production ourselves. We sell part of it. We keep the money. We sustain the children's education. We do medical care for them. We keep the other for food because they need food. We feed them. So that is what I was talking about, being independent, being able to do things for yourself, because you never know. Sponsors are here with us today. We don't know what will happen tomorrow. So we need that assurance in life to do things, to be able to sustain ourselves, and to show these children how to be responsible, not to be neglectful, to be responsible, to do responsible things, to be responsible for their lives. Once we extend the project in the future, I am done with that. We believe this project will also help our children grow up responsible citizens who don't run away from their responsibilities, as well as learning the right farming knowledge. This is because we shall involve them in the project. Yeah. So, in the process of carrying out the project, we are going to bring the children as well on board. We shall be with them in the field. We shall be showing them how things are done. These are skills they are going to learn. The same skills they can apply in the future. So we are going to teach them the farming skills. This is because Uganda basically depends on farming. So farming is what we depend on mostly. So it will be good for them to acquire the knowledge to apply in future. For example, if they learn how to grow rice, they will apply this knowledge in future. For example, a sponsor can sponsor a child up to the level of, let me say, university. School is done. There is cut off jobs here in Uganda. You get done with education. There is no job. So maybe, for example, a child can agree with his or a sponsor to start up a small project for him or her in the future. That is after education. That it will be easier for such a child because she would have acquired the knowledge on how to do it, how to grow rice. So it will be easy for such a child to start life. It will be so easy for him to start life, to start taking care of him or herself. Because also as here, we are not going to be caring for for the children, for those children for the rest of their lives. They are going to grow. Today one is 8 years or 10.
Oh, I'm back again. Sorry about that. We have network problems here. So suddenly I went off, but I'm back now. I'm back now to take you up to the end, to take you through up to the end. Yeah, as I was still talking, going through the project, yes. As I was still taking you through the project, it would be good, as I've said, to be able for these children to be responsible people, to grow up being responsible, to be able to know that you can take care of yourself. Many of them are orphans, others are needy, others are here not because all their parents are dead. Some of the children were abandoned. We even don't know where parents are, but they do exist, but they abandoned them. This is we are fighting. We don't want negligence. Their parents, some of their parents were negligence. They neglected them. So this is what we are fighting. They neglected them because they could not take care of them. They were not in position to care for them. This is what we are fighting. We want to produce responsible people. People who can take care of themselves. People who can be responsible to handle their responsibilities. This is what we want to produce. Children who can take care of themselves, who can cater for their responsibilities in the future. As I said, we believe this project will also help our children grow up responsible citizens who don't run away from their responsibilities, as well as learning the rice farming knowledge. This is because we shall involve them in the project. Yeah. So basically that is how the project is going to be like. That is how we are going to start. It is our first project. It is the project we are starting. We are just starting, and this is the first time we are carrying it out. Hope in the future we shall be able to extend, to do it better. So this is the start. I would like to take you through the project budget. Yeah, the budget as how we are hoping to carry it out. We agreed on a budget of 13,000 kron. That is $2,000. That is the budget. That is the budget when all things are covered. We are planning to work within 13,000 kron. Let me break it down for you. We shall pay rent. These swamp areas, they are not owned, and again they are not free. you rent them, you rent to use them. So the rent for the swamp scheme, where rice shall be grown, is going to cost us 2,500 kron. That is what we are going to pay for the land, for the swamp area to grow rice from. It will cost us. It is going to cost us 2,500 kron. And those are 2 acres, 2 hectares of land. So it is a big land. We shall need 2,500. The rice seeds. Since we are doing the project for the first time, we don't have seeds. However, I've told you guys the next project, the next farming project, that is next year, because we are going to sustain the children for a period of 1 year. So the next year we won't buy seeds. However, this time around, since we are just starting, we are going to have to buy seeds. So the rice seeds are going to cost us 2,000 kron. Those seeds are enough to be planted at a space of 2 acres of land. That is according to Mr. Gomez, who has done the rice project farming for some good time. So he told us we shall need the seeds will cost us around 2,000 kron. We shall also have rice scheme preparation expenses to prepare the swamp scheme. We have to prepare it for farming. That involves preparing the land, putting in channels for the water, dividing the land into various squares. You'll see all these when we start the project. I'll be taking you through the field work, just as I'm doing now. I'll also take you through the field work. You'll see all these. So the scheme preparation expenses is going to be 3,000 kron. That is how much it is going to cost us. Then rice nursery bed and transplantation expenses. Since we are going to grow the rice in water, in a watery area, that is a swampy area, we can't drop it in the water. So we shall first put the rice into a nursery bed. We put it into a nursery bed, then later we transfer to the main garden. So we are going to make a nursery bed for this rice and then later transfer to the main garden. So in the nursery bed, we shall have to fertilize the land where we are planting the rice for the meantime. Nursery bed, this is where rice will be planted for the meantime before being transferred to the main garden. So the expenses of nursery bed and the transplantation process is going to cost us 2,000 kron. That is how much it will cost us. Remember, we are also going to grow vegetables, and vegetables are also grown first in a nursery bed before being transferred to the main garden. And after transferring them, the vegetables, we shall again have to water the garden. They will require watering. So we shall buy a watering can to do the watering. This is because vegetables and eggplants are not going to be grown in the swampy area. They are going to be grown on the dry area of Kibuku, which is very dry. Rain is very scarce. So we shall have to be watering them. First, in the nursery bed, where we shall fertilize the land, cover it. I will show you, I'll take you through all the process. Then transfer to the main garden. We shall use the watering can to be watering the plants until our vegetables will be ready, and the eggplants. So when we start, we calculated the vegetables plantation expenses are going to be 1,000 kron. That is up until to the level of harvest. Still the same case. the next planting of vegetables. These vegetables and eggplants are also going to take us throughout the year. They're going to be enough throughout the year. However, the next planting season, we won't buy the seeds, we won't buy eggplants, we shall reserve good seeds for the future, for the next plantation. So vegetable plantation expenses is going to cost us 1,000 kron, and eggplants are also going to cost us 1,000 kron. Another expense of this project, we shall also give out allowances and other expenses for those who will be working on the project. However much these people are going to be volunteering, they're doing volunteer work, but still we shall be giving them allowances. For example, you might find that they're going to be fully working on this project, so we shall have to feed them at work, we shall have to give them allowances. It can be a daily allowance to take maybe back home when they are done, because they are going to be facilitating us until our rice is ready, until their work is done. So we agreed we shall be giving out allowances to these people. They're not going to be paid, they're not going to be on salary, no, but we are going to be giving them allowances. We shall be feeding them. For example, we shall be giving them lunch. Good enough, we have enough food, we stored enough food. Thank you sponsors for giving us enough food. Thank you Hula, you sponsored us with enough food, so we have enough food to take us, even to feed those who are going to be helping us with the project. That's all. So we agreed that allowances and other expenses for those who will be working on a project is going to cost us 1,500 kron. That is how much it's going to be costing us. So in total, the budget for the project to be executed is going to be around 13,000 kron. All in all, it is going to cost us 13,000 kron. However, I would like to take this opportunity as well to announce that one of our sponsors, Miss Lily, is agreed, or is sent us already 1,000 kron. So Lily sent 1,000 kron towards this budget. Thank you, Lily, for the support. We received the money. So on the budget, we already have 1,000 kron. That means we have a deficit of 12,000 now. Lily paid 1,000 towards this project already. So we have a deficit of raising 12,000 kron, and we are hoping to start next month, that is February, early February, such that by June our food shall be ready, and we shall count from June. It will take us through it, that is 12 months. That means we shall have enough food from June up to June next year. We shall have enough food. The food produced will be enough to sustain us. We shall have enough sauce to use on food. So friends, family, sponsors, I would like to please request you to donate towards this project. Please, I'm requesting everyone to get involved, to donate towards this project. I'll be updating you, I'll be taking you through everything, and I'm sure you're going to see how much an impact it is going to bring to the children here. As I've said, on behalf of Cymonchildcareminitres, we would like to say thank you, Miss Lily. You kicked the bucket. The budget that the project has now started. She donated already 1,000 kron. So members, I believe we are going to be in position, we shall be able to raise that 12,000 kron. You can come out, you volunteer with how much you're going to help with this project. You can come out and volunteer how much you're going to come out to help with us, to help the project with. I would also like to thank every sponsor who has stood by us throughout the past year, last year. Thank you so much for inspiring these children. Thank you so much for loving them. Thank you so much for giving them hope in life. Thank you so much for giving them love. Thank you so much for showing them that they are also important people in this world. Many of them had lost hope. Many of them had given up in life. So I would like to thank everyone for sponsoring the children. Thank you so much. For those who have been helping the children with food, thank you so much. Those who have been doing it on a monthly basis, thank you so much for coming out. With this project, we won't be raising money for food monthly. No. Once we raise enough money for this project, we shall carry it out, and the food produced shall be enough for a period of 1 year. So that is how secure we are going to be with food. Thank you so much, Hula, for sponsoring Sharon, Nathan. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jan, for sponsoring, for adding Mary among your sponsor children. Now we have Mary, you have George and Veronica. Thank you so much for sponsoring them. Thank you so much, Miss Lily, for being a mother for all the children. You sponsor all the children. Thank you so much, Loli, the only sponsor we have from USA. You sponsor Betty. Thank you so much for loving Betty. Thank you so much for sponsoring her. All these children are going to be involved in our project. All of them are going to get experience, just like me, just like others. They're going to get experience on how farming is done. They're going to get that knowledge. Remember, in schools here, children are not taught how to do farming. We still follow the UK curriculum, where children study SST, science, mathematics, English. For those in secondary, they go into geography, chemistry, biology, and all those things. That's what children go through. That's what children learn here. They are not taught practical knowledge, and we are going to give them practical knowledge. For those who sponsor them, you will see your sponsor children doing practical work, and at a certain point, I believe they will be in position to do farming on their own, to sustain themselves. You will have feedback. You hear reports from them. So that's all I had for today. Next time I'll come up again to talk about the project, to update you people how far we've gone. But we are going to start the project February, early February. We are going to start the project. That's when the project is going to start. So we pray that everything goes on well. Pray for us, pray for the project, pray that everything goes as according to plan. Otherwise, we love you so much. On behalf of the children, I would say they love you so much. Thank you for loving them. Thank you for taking care of them. Thank you for everything. You've inspired them so much in life. Yvonne, greetings to you from James. You sponsor child. Yvonne is one of those who also sponsor children here. Yvonne basically sponsors James. Yvonne has one sponsor. So thank you, Yvonne, for sponsoring James as well. Thank you, Miss Elizabeth. Yeah, Elizabeth sponsored my trip to Apache, where I acquired this farming knowledge. Yeah, Miss Elizabeth sponsored everything. He sponsored my trip basically to Apache, where I went and acquired this farming knowledge, and I learned so many things there, how those people care for the needy and orphans, and this is what I'm putting into practice, what I learned from that side. So thank you guys for your time. I would like to say goodbye. May God bless you everyone. Lots of love. Yes, praise God, friends and Facebook friends and family. As I told you guys, I'm here to update you about the Children's Rice Project, which is due to start this very month. I would like to welcome everyone on this session as we start the fundraising campaign for our project. You're all welcome, friends and family. As I take you through the project and how far we've gone, so please members, get set, get on, and give me a few minutes of your time. Within 30 minutes to 40, I'm sure I will be done. Thank you. I would like to start by telling you about our budget for this project. The project budget is 13,000 kron, and so far I would like to inform you guys we've raised 4,000 kron. Miss Lily contributed 2,000 kron, and then other sponsors have so far contributed the other 2,000 kron. So far we've collected 4,000 kron altogether. Remember, our budget is around 13,000 kron. So we have a deficit of 9,000 kron. So that is a good step. Remember, our campaign is ending on 7th of this month. That is when we shall be ending the campaign. That is when the campaign is ending. The fundraising campaign is ending on 7th this month, 7th Feb. And then we are hoping to start to kick off on. We are hoping to start. We are hoping to start on either 9th or 8th. Immediately the campaign, the project closes, then we start off. We start off with the project right away. Immediately we close the campaign. So members, let us contribute towards the Rice project. This will be a very huge step towards the lives of our dear children. And once the project closes, I'm going to be taking you through each and every step until our rice is ready for harvest. Not even harvest, until our rice is ready to eat. I will be taking you through all stages. As I told you last time, members, the mission of this project is to ensure self-reliance among the needy and the orphans of Kibuku community. That is the main emphasis of carrying out this rice project, is to ensure self-reliance, to ensure that we can take care of these orphans and the needy children without always depending on external support for food. We want to secure their feeding. Once we secure their feeding, that means they will be having a stable life. Once we stable their feeding. So if we carry out this project, that means they are going to have food. And if our target of 13,000 kron is met, they are going to have enough food for the rest of the year, for a period of 1 year. That means we shall not be campaigning, we shall not be collecting money for food. We won't be collecting money to feed the children. Which they will have enough for the rest of the month. For the full month, the food will be enough for them. This was all. I came up with this idea after acquiring junior farming knowledge when I went to Apache. So when I went to Apache, I realized how people there, how organizations which care for children take care of the children. They don't depend on external support. They teach the various needy families on how to take care of themselves. They teach them on how to carry out junior farming, farming on a small scale, farming which can be managed by a home. So I acquired that knowledge when I was in Apache. So orphans in Apache and those who are in need, the needed children, those who don't have food, those who don't have where to start from, they provide them the starting point. They give them seeds and seed crops and land where to do the farming from. Once that is done, that is the starting point for them. So they carry out every step, every other step themselves. They manage their own lives. That is what we want to do here. We want these children to be managing life by themselves. So, as a result, I bought the knowledge from there and I want to apply it in my community as well. Due to the fact that Kibuku is very dry and hot most of the time, so farming is not favorable. Kibuku is dry and hot, so it doesn't favor farming. However, Kibuku has lots of swamp areas, thus making rice the most produced food and cash crop in the region. Therefore, that's why I decided to do rice farming. Kibuku is very dry and hot. So, the fact that it is dry and hot does not favor farming. Farming is not easy to be carried out in Kibuku. So as a result, I optioned for rice growing because there are so many swamp areas there. Rice can survive in swamp areas. So that's why we decided to go for rice. So according to my plan, we shall do the rice farming on 2 hectares of land. So rice is going to be grown on 2 hectares of land. That is a huge land, that is a big space of land. So if my target is met, that means we are going to grow that rice on 2 hectares of land. So my hope, as I said, my hope is for the project to start this very month, February. It is when we are starting. That is my target. And as I told you members, so far we've raised 4,000 kron. We thank Jesus for that. That is a very huge step. We have 4,000 kron with us towards the food project. So whoever contributes, we had on the 4,000 kron we have already. That means if we have 4,000 kron, we have a deficit. We have a deficit of 9,000 kron. Once we raise the 9,000 kron, we kick off, we start. That is our budget. Once we raise, as our target is 13,000, we shall do the farming. We carry it out on 2 hectares of land, and that rice is going to be enough for the children for the rest of the year, for a period of 1 year. for a period of 1 year, the kids will have food. To break down a little bit for you, as we shall be waiting for rice to get ready. Remember, rice is going to take a period of 4 months to be ready. So as we shall be waiting for the rice to be ready, last month Miss Hula, one of our sponsors, provided us with enough food. So we have enough food for a period as we are waiting for our rice to get ready. The food is enough to take us for at least 2 months as we are waiting for our rice. We have enough food of 2 months as our rice will be getting ready. As I've said, it takes the planted rice 4 months to be ready for harvest, meaning if we plant in February, our rice will be ready for harvest by June. By June we are going to be having food. That food will take us for a period of 1 year. We shall be likely, if we do carry out the farming on 2 hectares of land, that means we shall be able to harvest 2,400 kilograms of rice. If we do farming on those 2 hectares of land, our harvest is likely to be of 2,400 kilograms of rice, and this rice will be enough for the children for a period of 1 year, since the children feed on around 6 kilograms of rice every day. Our kids here feed on around 6 kilograms of rice, that is every day. So if we harvest 2,400 kilograms of rice on our 2 hectares of land, they will be with enough food of 6 kilograms, that is every month. So that is the self-dependence I'm talking about. So imagining our children having enough food, statutory food, for a period of 1 year, without anyone sending support for food, there won't be any need of food support. It will be enough for a period of 1 year. So this is the self-dependence I'm talking about. We shall also reserve the rice seeds of the next season equivalent to 100 kg, that is 100 kilograms. Meaning next season we won't have to buy the seeds again. So in our budget we have to buy seed crops. This time we have to buy seed crops. But once we start, as we harvest at the end of our season, as we harvest our rice, we are going to reserve the seed crops for the next season of 100 kilograms. At the starting point, we are going to have to buy the seed crops to start with, to use in the planting. However, the next season we won't have to buy seed crops, meaning after this year, the next year of plantation, our budget is going to go down since we shall be having seed crops. So we shall reserve 100 kilograms of seed crops. In need of change of food for the children. Yeah, remember the kids, however much we are going to grow rice, the kids can't be feeding on rice every now and then. They can't eat rice every day. We have a solution for this, and how are we going to do it? In need of change of food for the children, we shall use barter trade. There is an old system here in Africa, barter trade, where you exchange a good for a good. You give in rice, they give you portion. We won't use money. We shall be using barter trade, exchanging of a commodity for another commodity. So you give in rice, they give you maize flour. That's how our children will be changing food. So we shall be using barter trade, where we shall be giving in rice and we get other food. As I've told you, for example, we give in green bananas or maize flour. Okay, so that is how it is going to be. We shall also plant vegetables and eggplants. Of course, the children are not going to feed on dry rice. We won't give them rice. They will need sauce. We have a solution for that. We are going to also grow vegetables and eggplants. That is the simplest food, the simplest sauce we can have in our area, this area of ours, Kibuku. So we are going to grow vegetables and eggplants, which will be used for sauce. Sundays, we shall have meat or fish. Of course, they are not going to be eating vegetables and eggplants for the rest of the year. We have a plan of changing sauce for them. That is on weekends, especially Sunday. They will either have meat or fish. Still, we shall go to our system of barter trade. As I told you, rice is both a food crop here and a cash crop as well. So that means it is a cash commodity. Many people sell rice, they sell rice here for money. So we shall also, again, we give in rice, they give us fish. We give in rice, they give us meat. So that is how it is going to be. Barter trade still, it's what we are going to use to be able to change sauce for our children. So 5 people, as I told you last time, already 5 people have volunteered to help in this project. We volunteered. We thank God for that. No payment for them. They volunteered to do it for free. That is the humanity we talk about here. These people are going to give in they're giving in their hard work as well as skills, rice growing skills, for free. They volunteered. So we thank them so much. These 5 people who have come up to stand with us. So we shall have 5 people have already volunteered to handle the farming project. 2 of these people have enough rice farming knowledge. So as I've told you, people here grow rice for cash crop. So among the 5 people who are going to be helping us, remember we are going to be growing rice for the first time. We have on board two people who have been in a business of growing rice for cash. They know how it works. They know very well how the system works. So we have already the technical people to help us there. 12 of them, since they have been carrying it out. Yeah, actually these people, they include, there is Pastor Were Jackson and Mr. Gomez. Yeah? They are so well covenant with this rice farming project. We have also Sister Judith and Miriam. They will help us with the farm supervision. Yeah, of course, it is always good for a project to be having ladies. There's a way ladies do their things straight in a very good way. So we have 2 of them. We have Sister Judith and Miriam to help us in supervising, day-to-day supervision of the project. And lastly, there is me, Rashid. I'm handling the fundraising. I'm handling. So my role is to raise funds, to campaign for funds for the project, and I'm already doing it, and I'm going to do it up to the end. As I've told you, we have 4,000 kron already. We've raised 4,000 kron so far. we have a deficit of 9,000 kron for a budget to stand. So members, you're all welcome to contribute, and however small your contribution might be, it is going to change lives here. It is a kick, a starting point for a new Kibuku here, for the new children of Kibuku, on how to live. So please, let's come up and support this project. I'll be taking you through it step by step. We believe this project will provide us with food security for a period of 1 year, and in the future we shall extend the project more bigger with a view of also producing rice for cash purposes. This will help us to raise enough money for education and medical care as well. As I've told you, rice is both food and cash. So we are starting with 2 acres. That is, if at all we meet our target. We are going to keep on extending. Who knows, next time we might extend to 4 acres or even 5. We shall, in that capacity, we shall be producing enough rice for food and then cash. We shall be in position to sell some of our rice. Then we provide kids with education. Then we provide them with medical care. Remember, a few of the kids here have sponsors. So many of them don't have sponsors. So we struggle for their education. Those who don't have sponsors. For those who have sponsors, it is so good and well. They are covered. Their education, medical care is cared for. But those kids are very few. They're just mentioned on hands. So many of them don't have sponsors. How are we planning to cover this as we are looking for sponsors? We are planning to be sponsoring them ourselves. If in the future we extend this rice growing project from food to cash, we shall be able to educate them, to provide medical care for them. So that is how good our project shall be. And also, the children are going to gain. They're going to get to learn practical skills on how to do farming. Remember Africa, Uganda here, we generally depend on farming. And our kids, we educate them. They are not taught these practical skills on how to do farming. So they are going to learn a lot from this project. You might find in the future, a kid is able to take care of himself or herself. You might find out that we'll be doing a project of similar we are doing now. We'll be providing for him or herself. For example, those few who have sponsors, they are going to grow into adults. For example, today one is 8, 10. In the future, that person is going to be around 25. He's not going to be depending on his or her sponsor for the rest of his or her life. Time is going to come when you have to take control of your life, to provide for yourself. So if at all we've taught them this knowledge on how to do the farming project, they will carry it themselves in the future. They will carry it out themselves in the future. That means they will be able to cater for their own lives. And the kids they will give birth to will not be dependents like them. That is what we are fighting. Generation dependence. We want time to come when there is no needy people here in Kibuku, when there is no orphans who can't stand on themselves. That is what we are fighting. So, I'm going to take you through the budget again, the project budget. Remember, it is 13,000 kron, of which we have 4,000 kron already. That means we are remaining with 9,000 kron. We can do this if we come together. We can do this. We can raise the needed amount for the project to stand. And I'm sure whoever contributes, once you see the fruits, the outcomes of this project, you're going to be proud of yourself. God is going to be proud of you. You would have changed, you would have served your Lord through participating in this project. However small you contribute. At the end of this session, I will update you with our PayPal account on which any volunteer, any touched person can send support on. I'll be updating you with it. I'll send you the PayPal account for the children on which you can send contributions. So please, members, let us come together and participate in this project. As I told you, Lily is a sponsor. She contributed already 2,000 kron. We have already other people who have raised the 2,000. So we have the 4,000 already. I'm sure as I'm talking now, I'll check again. I know contributions are already coming in. People are contributing. Thank you. However, we haven't reached our target. We still need more. I'll come up again and update you on how it all went. I'll be announcing a day to update you again on how far we've gone. For starters, for those who missed the first time, this is how our budget is broken down. We are going to rent the swamp scheme where rice will be grown. This is going to cost us 2,500 kron. That is the scheme. We don't own schemes here. If you want to use it, you rent it. So that is the amount for it, 2,500 kron. We shall also have to buy the rice seed crops, the seeds to use for carrying out this project. We are going to buy these seeds at 2,000 kron. But the next farming period, we won't have to buy those seed crops. We shall save them ourselves. There is also rice scheme preparation expenses. This is going to take us 3,000 kron to prepare the scheme, prepare the land where the project is going to be carried out. That is 3,000 kron. There is also rice nursery bed and transportation expenses. Our rice is going to be grown into a nursery bed for starters. Before being transported to the main garden, we shall need fertilizers for this nursery bed of ours. So all those expenses, they are going to cost us 2,000 kron. There is also vegetable plantation expenses. Actually, vegetables are also grown into a nursery bed before transporting them to the main garden. It is also going to cost us 1,000 kron. There is eggplants. It also requires a nursery bed before being transported to the main garden. The process will also cost us 1,000 kron. There is also allowances and other expenses for those who will be working on a project. This will cost us 1,500 kron. However much these people are volunteering to work for free, but they are going to be having expenses. You're going to find that we are going to be taking all their time, most of their time. Thank you, Mr. Jan. I can see you've shared the PayPal account here. So everyone, members, you're welcome to contribute towards that PayPal account as shared by Mr. Jan. So however much these workers are going to be volunteering, they're going to be working for free, but we are going to be giving them allowances because we are going to be taking full of their time. They're going to be working in our gardens full on a daily basis. So we shall give them allowances, for example, food, feeding them, for example, and other expenses, but mostly feeding them as they are doing the work. So thus bringing us to the total of 13,000 kron all together. So we have already 4,000 kron and we have a deficit of 9,000 kron. So may God bless you all. Thank you for giving me your time. Thank you for the comments. Anyone who has a question, you can go ahead and ask a question before I get off. If you have any question upon the project, you can ask me before I go off. I can see Peter. Yeah, this is great, man. Yeah, thank you, Peter. That's what we are all praying for the project to be successful. Yeah, may God bless you too, Mr. John. May God bless you too. So members, you can ask before I get off. That's all I had to update to you about the project. For any question, go ahead and ask, please. Remember, they also need food this month. Please help the children. Yeah, thank you, Mr. John. I think people are getting the message. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the messages I'm seeing here mostly are all about appreciation and supporting the ongoing project. So for any question, you can comment here. I'll be replying you. You can also ask me in my inbox. But anything concerning the project, you can ask me in my inbox. I'll give my answer to you. For any inquiries, feel free to go on and ask anything. I'll be replying you. If I go off, I would say thank you to all our sponsors. I may not mention you all, but thank you so much for sponsoring our children. Lily, you've been a mother to them. Hula and Jevindi, thank you for supporting them. There's Yusuf Nathan, Sharon, you're doing a wonderful work in their lives. You've inspired them. You're taking them to the next level. They are no longer lonely like before. And many others. There is Yvonne, thank you for supporting James. Nancy was going through torture in her mind. So all these are changing. Now there is Mary, who just got a sponsor. You know, when I told you about Mary's past life, the abuses she went through. So we thank God that Mary now is being sponsored, and is being sponsored by a man. So that torture is going to get out of her. She will know that they are good men. Not all men are bad. There is so many sponsors. Thank you for sponsoring the kids. May God bless you. So everyone pray for this project to be executed to the fullest. Remember, we have the raised part already, so no going backwards. We shall start, we shall go with what we have. We are going to carry it out, and I believe it is going to be a successful one. So thank you everyone for your time. I would like to go off now. For any question, you can go into my inbox. For contributions, our PayPal account is there. Make any contribution, however small it is. We shall collect them to come many, to come big. However small, 1 kron changes a life here. 1, 2 kron, it is a big impact here. Go into our PayPal account, contribute any amount you can. You would have done a great job. You would have served your Lord Jesus. You would have improved the kids' life here. So may God bless you all. Lots of love from the kids and me as well. Blessings. So members, we transplanted our rice, and this is the stage from the nursery bed as I took you through last time. This is the main garden. This is our main garden where we transplanted it. That is our main garden, as you can see. Yeah, we transplanted it to that stage. So that is how far we've gone now. This is where it is now. From the main garden, we've transplanted it to this stage. As you can see, it is growing well, it is healthy. That is the stage where we are. From the nursery bed to the main garden, I hope you can see how it is. In the nursery bed, it was pure green. Now there is this yellowish. You can see there is something like yellow. But with time, it will go back to its original color of green as it gets being used to the main garden. Remember, it is just from the nursery bed, so it has to get used to the situation. It has just come from the nursery bed to this main garden. So that is how it is. That is how far we are with our rice. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your prayers. It is going on well so far. Good afternoon, everyone. We are taking you through our rice. And this is the bed. This is the nursery bed we are talking about. We already cleared the garden. We prepared the garden. This is where it starts from. This is the starting point. Preparing the garden. We start from here. Then afterwards, we planted into our nursery bed. This is the nursery bed. So from here, we shall be transplanting this rice to that already prepared garden there. It is ready to be transplanted from here. So this nursery bed, this rice of ours, is 2 weeks as of now. It is 2 weeks. So when it is ready, we shall transfer it to the main garden. So this is part of our main garden. Remember, we have half an acre. So our half an acre stopped around there at the water stream there. That's where our half an acre stopped from. So with me here, I have Pastor Were Jackson. This is Buddha. He has been in this process of growing rice. So he'll be taking us through how it is done. What do we need to work upon it to see that we harvest it the best way? So please, Jackson, you can also illustrate to them, tell them about this rice, about how we are going to transfer it from here to the main garden, and everything that I've not talked about. So as I told you, members, this is our first project. And is a profession in this rice growing. He has done it more than once. So you can illustrate us, you can tell us more about it, about how it is done. Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you, Brother Chimpu. I think this is how you explain, and that's how it is. And this is the stage whereby, like, this we call it a nursery bed. And after this nursery bed, that's where we have to prepare now for the second part of it, when we are transplanting this rice from this stage, the nursery bed, to our main garden. And now this is the only way how we prepared for the third time, because the first stage is to clear the bush where we are supposed to have the garden, and the second stage is where we dig like this part of it, and the third stage is where we prepare for transplanting rice to that main garden. And after that, I think within that stage we are supposed to have some laborers, whereby we are supposed to employ some people and then come and transplant this, whereby we need a lot of money to use to this garden. And after this, we transplant it. After transplanting it, then we have to go to another stage. We wait for like more than 2 weeks to 3 weeks, whereby it can become now ready to weed. And when we come to the stage of weeding, before even weeding, there's a stage whereby we need to spray some insects, because some pests normally comes to that stage whereby we need some drugs, whereby we have to spray it so that it can grow healthy. And then after that, we wait another stage whereby it has to bear fruits now. The real rice has to come out. And when it is coming out, we need to be prepared. If like the season brings some birds to hunt them, then we have to be prepared to care for it, to make sure we give security of it until we harvest. That's the stage whereby we need to go through when we are going to do this part of growing rice project. Yeah.
So members, as Pastor Jackson has explained, this is the portion of rice we are able to grow. According to the funds we raised, this is what we could afford. As you can see, our nursery bed. What you see now. What you see is the rice, which is still in the nursery bed, as you can see it. From here, it will be transferred to the main garden. This is rice. So we shall be taking you through all the steps. We shall be taking you through them. That is our nursery bed. It will cover half an acre. And we shall be in position to harvest around 600 kilograms of rice from that half an acre. So, as I told you before, this is the nursery bed. This is the initial stages of the rice. So, after transplanting this rice to the main garden, we've already prepared part of the garden which is there. We shall transfer it. It is going to cover half an acre of land, and that is what we rented. We rented half an acre of land. So half an acre is like from here up to the other trench where there is that trend of water. That's where half an acre stops from. From that trench of water there. That's where our half an acre will stop, will end from. So we shall transfer this rice to the main garden with the help of our various volunteers. They will help us, as I told you, we transfer them. The good thing, we have a profession. We have Jackson Were. He has been doing this, and he has enough experience to this rice thing. So, members, this is one of the first stages of our rice. We believe this half an acre of rice is going to feed the kids for a period of 3 months. Because at the end, we shall be in position to harvest 600 kilograms from this rice. You can see here. We've been in position to do this with a few members of ours who volunteered to do this work. So we've just started the work. The work is still going on, and this rice will take around 4 months to be ready for harvest. So we wanted to take you through where we've reached now. So far we've reached. This is where our nursery bed has reached. So this is the nursery bed. You can see the rice is packed. It is much when you see it is squeezed to one another. We are going to transplant it. We give it space. The main garden is there, and this is going to yield a lot of rice. You see, it's a small portion, but it's going to yield a lot of rice. We are going to be in position to get 600 kilograms at the end of 4 months. months, so the kids will have enough food to take them through for a period of 3 months. Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone who contributed towards the project. Remember, our target was 2 hectares of land. There is still space of land. You rent what you can pay for. As you can see, there's still a lot of space of land. But we could afford half an acre. That's what we could afford. So we decided to start with what we could afford. We decided to use half an acre of land to plant this rice. So thank you everyone for your contribution towards the project. We believe everything is going to go on as planned, and we believe this is going to help the kids to have food security. That means we are going to be secure with food for a period of 3 months. So remember that in the first place, the first reason as to why we did this is to ensure food security for the children, to be dependent for themselves. And some of this work we've been doing it with the kids, as you can see some of them here. We do these things, we do things showing them how things are done, because at the end, in the future, they will need to do this to cater for themselves, to cater for their lives, to take care of themselves. So this is what we want to eradicate in the community. We want to end dependence. We want them to be in position to cater for themselves in the future when they are grown up. So we are giving them these skills. As you can see, I'm here with some of them. There is nothing. There is nothing here. We are showing them, we are taking them through steps how this thing is done. We go step by step with them such that they get these skills which will benefit them in the future, such that they won't be dependent in the future. So this is our rice. This is the stage we are now. As you see, that is our nursery bed. That is the bed. This is the nursery bed. You can see the space it covers. That is the space it covers, as you can see. That is the space it does covers. We are so grateful of Lord that our rice could reach this stage. It is now 2 weeks ever since we started it, ever since we put this nursery bed into position, and see how our rice is right now. And from here, from this stage of the nursery bed, we are ready to go to the next stage. And I mean, we've already prepared the land. It is ready to be transferred from here. It will be transferred from here to there, as you can see. Gone with our project. Thank you everyone for your prayers, for your contribution. We believe this is our first experience. It is going to yield much for us and the kids as well. We believe they are going to be self-dependent. They will know how to grow rice in the future. They will be in position to feed themselves. They will be in position to cater for themselves. And remember, as we said, in the next project, we won't need to buy seeds again. Once we harvest, once we reach that stage of harvest, we shall keep some seeds for the next season. So after harvesting, we won't need to buy again seeds to do this farming again. We shall reserve some seeds for the next season. So that's how far we've gone. You can ask for any inquiries, please, members. You can ask us. I will be replying to you. Yeah, I can see Elizabeth. May God bless you and the project. Amen. May God bless our project, and we believe it is going to be blessed. Mr. John, please give them result to honor to God and Jesus. Yeah, amen. We try our best. So that's how far we are. That's how far we've gone with our project members. For any question, feel free to ask. For any inquiries about anything, feel free to ask us. We explain to you. So that is the stage at what we are now. Once we reach another stage, we shall be updating you. We shall be taking you through that stage as well. So our rice is at the stage of the nursery bed. Once it goes up to the next stage, updating you, we shall be telling you, we shall be informing you, we shall be taking you through it up until to the level of harvest. We shall harvest it, we show it what we've harvested. Everything we shall be showing you, we shall be taking you through. I think now you have a clear view of our nursery bed, as you can see. That green part transfer the rice to. It is going to cover this space, that watery space you're seeing there. And the other one behind, so as I told you, rice is growing in a swampy area. So you can see, as you can see, there is water. That's where rice can survive. From there, we are going to transfer it to this place here. As you see, I would also like to thank the volunteers who have practiced, who have given us a hand in this project. Those who have shared great ideas with us. Remember, we are doing it for the first time. They've helped. Those who have helped us, thank you so much. Those who have sponsored this project, we are so grateful of you. I mean, those who have been with us from the start up to now, may God bless you. May God bless you abundantly. So, for any question, go ahead and ask. But that is how far we've gone with our rice. From here, it is good. We shall transfer it to the main garden, which will also be covered. You will see how far we've gone with it. You will see. We shall be taking you through all stages. But first, I'm so happy that our rice is at this stage. It looks small, the nursery bed, but at the end, it is going to yield us 600 kilograms of rice. And this will take the children for a period of 3 months with food security, with enough food for a period of 3 months. So I'm so happy that we've had a successful project so far, despite the fact that it is our first project. But I'm so grateful that it is going on well. So thank you everyone who have been involved. Yeah. May God bless you. May God bless you abundantly. So for any more questions, please go ahead and ask. If you want to know anything more about our project, about our rice, go ahead and ask. We shall be in position to answer you, but that is how far it is. That is how far it has gone. For those who have just joined on, that is our nursery bed. What I'm taking you through is our rice nursery bed. From there, it is going to be transplanted to the main garden, and this is part of our main garden. It is already prepared. We've already prepared it. From there, the rice is going to be transplanted to this part you see there. It is already prepared. It It is already made ready. So thank everyone for your wonderful support. Wonderful work done for us. Those who have just joined in, this is the nursery bed I'm talking about. So that's all I could update you with, and the next time I shall be again updating you the stage at which our rice has reached. So far that's where we are. Oh, that's where we've reached. I'll be updating you again at another stage on which we've reached. That's a clear view of our bed. I want to give it to you in all angles. That's how it is. And it's 2 weeks now. So thank you everyone. That's all I wanted to update with you today. And next time I will come up and we shall continue from that stage. But thank you so much, and continue praying for our project such that it yields as we wish at the end. Continue praying for us, continue praying that our project becomes successful up to the end. It has begun successful. This is the beginning point. So pray for us that at the end it yields, it turns out successful as well. May God bless you everyone. Praise God everyone. This is how far we've gone. As you can see, this is how far our rice is, and this is the rice. I've been updating you. It has been all plantations, but this is the real rice here now. From 3 weeks we shall be harvesting from the garden. That is our rice, as you can see. In 3 weeks time we are going to be harvesting it. As you can see, it came out so well. As you can see, members, thank you everyone for your prayers. That is our rice. It is going to be ready for harvest in 3 weeks, in a period of 3 weeks time. So this is the stage where we are now. Thank you everyone for your prayers. It has come out so well and healthy, as you can see. As you can see, members. Praise God everyone. This is how far we've gone. As you can see, this is how far our rice is, and this is the rice. I've been updating you. It has been all plantations, but this is the real rice here now. From 3 weeks we shall be harvesting from the garden. That is our rice, as you can see. In 3 weeks time we are going to be harvesting it. As you can see, it came out so well. As you can see, members, Thank you everyone for your prayers. That is our rice. It is going to be ready for harvest in 3 weeks, in a period of 3 weeks time. So this is the stage where we are now. Thank you everyone for your prayers. It has come out so well and healthy, as you can see. As you can see, members.